Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Boisterous coming to you with some Masters League Magnificence out of the map Newkirk Precinct. Spying down here in the bottom right-hand corner, we do have Twad's Gamaniakin as our red Protoss player. And down here in the bottom left-hand corner, we do have IXL's GnuGnu as the blue Protoss player. So we are going to have a PvP on Newkirk Precinct, which is kind of an interesting matchup. I mean, it's something that's changed a lot recently. And I've been watching a lot of like semi-pro games which happen at about the Masters to Grandmasters League on maps like Newkirk Precinct. We watched them on the old version, the one that didn't have all of this random stuff down here. And they play out really interestingly because it's not so much how it used to be where it was like the person that expands first just dies outright. So it's everyone just kind of like having this weird arms race that's actually disappeared and changed a lot in the metagame. And there's a lot more tactics to go for. In fact, one that I've seen emerging a lot is the Dark Templar expands, which sounds like a strange strategy. It sounds a little bit cheesy, but honestly, it works out quite well because the thing about Dark Templars is that unless your opponent gets mobile detection, it's impossible for them to attack you. It's literally impossible for them to attack you, and even then, if you manage to get like stationary detection and just snipe their mobile detection, then suddenly their entire army is forfeited, and you know your Dark Templars kind of just get to run rampant for a little while and just run around and be all silly. I have no idea why Protoss versus Protoss is deciding to bomb the frame rate on my computer. We'll have to figure that one out and then probably use the unit pre-starter next time before I actually start a game, because I always forget to preload my units. And then it always seems that it bombs for like the first 2 minutes, and then it's perfectly fine after that. Which, you know, it's cool. Thanks Blizzard. Nice job. Just let all the unit animations load. The loading screens can last a little bit longer, just so you know. I really don't care. You can load everything in that loading screen. It's okay if it lasts a minute. I'm willing to wait here so that I don't have to awkwardly talk while I stagger my way through a game. And there we go. We are at a solid 30 frames per second, which means we're good. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so anyway, we are going to have this gateway coming down for Gamaniakin. The gateway from GnuGnu is about at the same time. I mean, these builds are extremely similar, which is not too much of a surprise. There isn't a lot of variation in Protoss builds until like this 4 to 5 minute mark. However, GnuGnu sending his probe down extremely early. This is like the really interesting thing that he's doing, and I don't know what that was for, if that was just checking for proxies or what. It looks like it was, but it definitely delayed his pylon by quite a bit, and he might get supply blocked here. He at least will not be able to make something out of this gateway as soon as it finishes up. However, I doubt he really wanted to anyway. I would be very surprised, actually, if he decided to. It looks like we are going to have, actually, 3 workers on both gases for GnuGnu, which is a little bit interesting. A lot of Protoss players have been going with just 2 and 2 to start out their PvPs. So GnuGnu is going to be going for a very, very tech-heavy build, which I don't know. I really don't know what he's going to be doing because his cybernetics core is so much later. He does have the earlier gases, and actually both players going for 3 workers on both gases, so they're both going for this sort of, I want to say kind of old school, but at the same time this might just be for what I was talking about with the Dark Templar expand. You typically see players go for extremely early gases if they're going to go for something like that. It's going to be interesting to see what the tech choices for both of our players are. It looks like currently it's just going to be 2 mothership cores popping out from both players. Not too much of a surprise. The mothership core is an amazing deterrent against early aggression, and it works out quite well. We do have GnuGnu actually building up a sentry, so he's a little bit worried about maybe some early aggression coming out from Gamaniakin, although he doesn't really have to be. I mean, Gamaniakin isn't really going for anything too dangerous. It looks like 1 probe from GnuGnu will be going down right now, which is a little bit awkward, but overall, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, the probe melts. You know, super sad to see a probe go like that, but you know, it's unavoidable. Sometimes you just gotta let mothership cores get kills. And it looks like we might have both of our mothership cores running into a small little engagement down here. Interesting. If we look on the tech tab, we do have the Twilight Council from Gamaniakin along with the Stargate from GnuGnu coming out. So we're going to have 2 very, very different builds from both of our players here, and it looks like the mothership cores have a little bit of a high five there in the middle of the grounds, but you know, they really don't care that much. They're just going to pass on to each other's bases. It looks like GnuGnu is in a little bit of a rougher position as he does not yet have a stalker out. However, that stalker is cranking right now, and it looks like this mothership core from GnuGnu being a little bit dangerous. I would expect to see a time warp going down like, oh wow, A Stalker with a small miss micro is actually going to let this Mothership Core get a full scout out perfectly. I'm not sure, did this Mothership Core from GnuGnu actually get his scout? Yeah, he saw exactly what he needed to see. He saw the Stargate coming out. He doesn't know what's coming out of the Stargate, and this Oracle is actually a little bit of a surprising thing. Usually you see players go for Phoenixes just because Phoenixes are very guaranteed damage. However, I'm not too surprised to see an Oracle coming out in a PvP because, you know, there's not a whole lot Phoenixes can actually do to really study your opponent's progression in a PvP. They can kind of just be annoying and bothersome, but you really need more of them, whereas one Oracle can shut down your opponent if it's not dealt with amazingly. Now, of course, Gamaniakin is going to be in a little bit of an awkward situation here because he has sent his entire force outside of his base. Is he going to use a Warp In? That is going to be the big question. Is he going to use a Warp In before this Oracle goes down? And oh my god, he is. This Oracle from GnuGnu will be able to get into the main base of his opponent and be able to do just horrendous damage. Now, of course, the front of GnuGnu is going to be a little bit awkward considering this, especially because there is the blink coming down right now, and here the Oracle goes in. It's going for probes that are just running away from it, and of course probes with a very, very fast move speed are going to be able to kite that thing quite well. However, oh my god, this Oracle just absolutely tearing through the mineral line. It looks like we are finally going to have 3 Stalkers pop out, and these guys should be able to deal with it quite well. The Oracle might be able to survive here. Yeah, it'll be perfectly fine as blink finishes, but honestly, this 11 kill Oracle was absolutely horrendous. And it looks like we are going to have a potential snipe on the Mothership Core going down there. Yes, the Void Ray does manage to kill that off, and that will put an absolute end to Gamaniakin's really aggressive plays. I mean, he does not have a whole lot of options now. It looks like we are going to have the Void Ray getting sniped, but that really does not matter as we do have the Immortal popping out, and Gamaniakin is going to be forced to retreat right now. That Immortal is something he just cannot deal with. We do have this Oracle from GnuGnu kind of just sitting around, sitting outside, however, with 3 Stalkers in the main base, all with blink. Really, GnuGnu cannot attack with that Oracle. It's just going to have to camp out for a little while. It looks like we do have a very, very hidden proxy Dark Shrine going down for Gamaniakin with a little bit of an interesting strategy, especially considering the tech that his opponent has. It looks like that Oracle will get sniped off. It does manage to kill off a very, very healthy amount of workers, though. 14 worker kills for that Oracle before it goes down, and that is impressive. However, you know, Gamaniakin's going down in an interesting tech choice, considering the fact that he knows that his opponent has the two types of mobile detection that Protoss has. He has the ability to go for oracles, he has the ability to go for observers. Typically, if you're up against an opponent like that, you're like, oh, all right, I'm gonna hang back, I'm not gonna go DTs. But Gamaniakin is very confident in the fact that maybe GnuGnu won't be building an observer. Now, of course, we know that GnuGnu is, so that's gonna put Gamaniakin in a little bit more of an awkward scenario, especially because of how heavy of an investment Dark Templar are. However, I think that this Dark Shrine is really just, you know, Gamaniakin trying to take something safely, and then he's going to be going right for a natural, because that's really what he needs to survive in this game. If we look in the worker count, he's down by 4, and 4 is a pretty healthy number right now, considering the fact that it's basically a sixth of the workers of his opponent. I mean, this is not a heavy worker duel, and GnuGnu has the worker lead, and he is getting his second Nexus down much, much faster than his opponent. We are going to have 3 Dark Templars running in here. However, where's the observer? Where's the observer? Wasn't there an observer warping in? What? Wait, what? Where's the observer? Oh my god, he sent the observer across map. Oh no! Oh god! Oh, the Dark Templars, they're gonna do so much damage! So much damage! Oh, the robotics facility gets sniped! What? Okay, it looks like we are going to have a Chrono Boost going down onto this Void Ray. However, I'm not sure if the Void Ray will be popping out. It looks like these Dark Templar are going to be very dangerous. They will be able to prevent the Void Ray from going down. The Observer is returning home, but these Dark Templar being able to do horrendous amounts of damage for almost no cost. I can't fathom this. GnuGnu, with a tragic error, actually sends his Observer cross-map. He has no idea about these Dark Templar, and it looks like the Observer will finally be coming into his base, but, you know, I mean, this is going to be a severe blow to GnuGnu, especially considering the fact that, oh, will the Stargate go down? No! Oh my god, the Stargate lives with 10 health. That is so huge. Wow! GnuGnu really... Oh, riding on like the riding him right on the edge of his seat right there. Really, that was dangerous, sending out his first observer that late into the game when he hadn't really seen anything of his opponent's tech. Now, of course, I can kind of understand why he did it, because he hadn't seen anything of his opponent's tech. But that observer, man, that would have been tragic had that Stargate fallen, because had that Stargate fallen, suddenly, you know, GnuGnu's in kind of a bad situation, because he really doesn't have a higher tech option. He would have had 3 gateways, and that's it. Would have been literally 3 gateways, and Gamaniakin is now finally going to be going for an attack. It's going to be a reasonably late attack, but it's not going to be amazingly powerful. However, charge is going to be on the way. He already has the proxy pylons down and ready to go. I think GnuGnu should be able to hold this reasonably easily, especially with his 3 sentries, but, you know, charge lots can surprise you sometimes. And it looks like we are going to have a lot of charge lots warping in for Gamaniakin at this point. Actually, wow, that is a lot of charge lots warping in for Gamaniakin at this point. And GnuGnu is actually going to be going for an attack of his own, so both players might be forcing themselves into a little bit of a base trade, which is an interesting ploy. You know, this game is turning out to be something. It looks like we do have charge just about to finish, and Gamaniakin will be lining up that charge with an attack of his own. He should quite easily be able to snipe off this natural of his opponent. And GnuGnu, if he really wants to, I mean, he could take down a lot of Gamaniakin's base. However, he is going to need to return with almost his entire army if he really wants to deal with this, because this is a lot of charge lots, and that's a lot of sentries, or stalkers, excuse me. And the Dark Templar are just absolute whalers when it comes to the actual fight. And it looks like we are going to have both players breaking into the other player's base, and we are about to enter into one of the most awkward PvPs in the world. It looks like we are going to have every probe from GnuGnu getting sniped here. No, there is 1 probe remaining. Is there 1 probe remaining for both sides after the main bases get cleared? There very well might be. I'm surprised that Gamaniakin is focusing so hardly on the attack of his opponent. Now he is finally deciding to clean up the workers, and there every worker does go down. This is interesting. I mean, Gamaniakin is behind on supply, but these charge lots and blink stalkers are very cost-effective units. The only issue is that he's facing off against immortals and void rays. Now, the one thing Gamaniakin really has running for him is if he can snipe this observer and if he can snipe this oracle. Because if he can do those, suddenly there's no detection on the field, and his Dark Templar can kind of just run rampant and kill whatever the hell they want. GnuGnu is going to be going for a base of his own, but Gamaniakin, actually, he does have the money and he is building it up. So we are going to have a very, very awkward base trade right here, ending in both players kind of taking their opponent's bases. Both of them taking the untouched natural and 3rd, respectively. So neither of them are getting, like, the short end of the shaft with mineral collection. I mean, even if Gamaniakin had gone for the natural, it really wouldn't have been too big of a hit, considering the fact that those mineral fields are pretty much full. There's not a lot, you know, taken out of those. However, at the same time, Gamaniakin is a little bit more solid as far as, how can I say this? As far as tech that sticks around, Gamaniakin is doing a lot better. He has Warp Gate, he has Blink, he has Charge. Those upgrades stick with him for the rest of his game. He does not need a Twilight Council. On the other hand, GnuGnu is based on a very high-tech army that's going to be extremely hard to replace considering the situation this game is in. It's going to be nigh impossible, in fact, to replace this type of army, purely because he's never going to be able to get the amount of workers out that he needs. We do have Gamaniakin finally going for probes of his own. However, GnuGnu is going to be stuck on 1 probe for quite a while. He's going to need to mine out enough for a pylon and then do stuff like that. It looks like GnuGnu trying to send his probe to make a Vespene gas, but he actually does not have enough money to make that assimilator. We are going to have a small engagement going down here, but again, GnuGnu's army is not massive, and we actually see, oh god, some suicide coming in here for Gamaniakin. That is a foolish maneuver. It looks like Gamaniakin does have a mothership core, but the mothership core just dies. Oh my god, that was silly. He really should have kept that thing alive, because photon overcharging would have been so major. And honestly, that Dark Templar Shrine does not matter. We have a snipe coming down here. He will be able to pick off that observer. Is the Oracle down? Oh my god, the Oracle is down, and it looks like Gamaniakin will be able to overrun this front with Dark Templar, and these Dark Templar will not have an issue of being spotted. Suddenly, this is looking pretty freaking good for Gamaniakin. Somehow. I mean, he lost so many units trying to snipe off that observer, but I'm not sure if it even matters, because all he really has to do is protect this assimil... Oh, God. Oh, God, Gamaniakin. Oh, your probe really needs to build an assimilator soon. Oh, God, Gamaniakin. Gamaniakin. Where's your probe? Probe, build an assimilator. Build an assimilator right now. Oh, my God. Build an assimilator. Build an assimilator. Oh. 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 Wow. That was close, everybody. That was very close. Now he needs to hold right here. He should be able to do it. He has a good amount of charge lots, and his opponent really is not at a tech advantage anymore. But he really, really needs to hold here. It looks like we are going to have the Void Rays going for a snipe right here. Or the Stalkers going for a snipe on the Void Rays. A good choice right now, considering the fact that if all of these Stalkers die... Oh my God. Is Gamaniakin going to lose this fight because he does not have anything that can shoot up? It's possible. Oh my God. Gamaniakin. No! No, the assimilator is getting killed by the Void Ray. The Void Ray does not have photon overcharge. The Dark Knight Templar are morphing into an Archon. Oh my God, it's genius. He's going to be going 4 kill on this Void Ray. The Archon might just be the savior of this game. It looks like the Void Ray is going to be taking extreme damage. It's going to be trying to micro its heart out going for that assimilator, but I'm not sure if it really can do it. This Archon with 14 kills, the hero of the game, and Gamaniakin is going for a snipe on the Nexus. He's able to kill off the probe. There is absolutely nothing GnuGnu can do to rebuild himself here. He really needs to kill off this Archon, but I'm just not sure if he has the time. Maybe if he kept it at max range with this Void Ray, he could pull it off. However, for some reason, he's just going to be going for a snipe straight onto the assimilator, and oh my God. Oh my God, 2 more shots, 1 more shot. Oh no. Oh! Oh! What? 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 Gamaniakin! Good game, man! Thank you! Jesus! Alright, if anyone doesn't know, Gamaniakin is actually heck no on the forums. And holy crap! That was a game! If you guys want more Boisterous action, head on over to youtube.com/BoisterousSC2. And if you want your games commentated, and trust me, they don't have to be this good, but it would be nice to get some of these good. You can send them on into boisteroussc2@gmail.com. Holy crap, Gamaniakin, that was ridiculous. Oh my God. Oh my God.